It's Tuesday the 14th. I've woken up in Melbourne and I'm going to start the day with a run round the big lake. So I think I'll actually go past the Junction Oval, or at least near it. Unfortunately, yesterday I got a bit sunburn on my back, which I'm quite annoyed about because I used 50 SPF and it said reapply every 2 hours. So I reapplied every hour just because I'm very pale and get sunburnt quite easily, but I think I should have done it every half an hour because, yeah, it's quite painful, especially when you're lying down. So I hope, like, when I run it's not too painful. But yeah, that's kind of annoying because I always want to try and avoid sunburn for so many reasons, but also because it's just quite painful. But yeah, I think this run is about 7.5k. So yeah, it's 6 AM, so I'm going to try and start the day on a high. I did 8 kilometres in the end. It was a really nice route around the lake, and if I lived here, I reckon that would be a regular route. Yeah, it was really good. Very hot though, and there's like a running path and then a cycling path. And so it looked like the Tour de France was going on. There were so many like cycling groups. But yeah, good way to see a bit of Melbourne, but I'm really exhausted. I've got about just over an hour till I need to leave, so I need to finish editing the video, edit the TikTok and have a shower and then, yeah, head to the ODI. I'm walking to the cricket ground now. I'll walk through like past the lake again, which would be nice. But yeah, yesterday on the flight, I was going to talk about yesterday, I just completely forgot. I was reading a book called Fibber in the Heat. So my housemate's family bought this book for me just before I came to Australia. And it's so funny. So it's by Miles Jupp, who I had no idea he was a cricket journalist at all, because I know him as Archie the inventor from Balamory, the guy in the pink castle who dances around in a kilt. But he wrote this book about, he basically loved cricket and his acting career was going okay, but he was like, okay, whatever, but all he wanted to do was watch the cricket. And so he was like, I need to find a job where I can watch cricket, ideally for free, and get paid to do it. And so he blagged his way onto an England tour of India, working for BBC Scotland, which obviously Scotland don't have particularly much interest in the England versus India series, but yeah, it's a really fun. I mean, he's a comedian as well, so it's obviously a very funny book. But it just makes me laugh because there are so many things that I resonate with, even stuff like him packing his suitcase about 8 times before he went in anticipation. I'm like, that was me. But yeah, there are just lots of funny things about him trying to act like a journalist or dress like a journalist, and there's just a lot of really good stuff in there, so I'd highly recommend if you haven't read it. So yeah, and to be fair, my housemate's family, they're not into cricket, but they really liked it, so yeah, it's a very good book. I really like this park with this huge lake. I think there's a park run here as well, which I reckon this is a really nice park run. It's probably one lap of the lake. I think a lap was about 5k. Yeah, I feel quite tired today. I think a combination of running 8k, waking up at about 5 AM and going to bed at about 11. So yeah, I still haven't edited yesterday's video, so I need to do that when I get to the cricket ground, and yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Okay, so bit of an update. I feel like I did not film very much today, but that's just because everything ended up being a little bit chaotic. If you saw the cricket score, you would know that that game just was all over the place. Obviously, England bowled out Australia for 180. That hasn't happened, like Australia haven't been bowled out on home soil since 2009. So that was a big deal, and you just think, okay, this is the prime opportunity for England to get 2 points on the board and go equal with Australia. Alas, they didn't, and that game had everything. Annabelle Sutherland got taken off for 2 no balls. The whole Amy Jones incident with not taking the single at the end of the over, so Lauren Bell was on strike for the next over. There was just like so much that went on. And obviously when you're doing a match report and having to file a piece, I had to write about 3 different reports, and throughout the day I kept changing the way I was writing them because the game kept changing. And so yeah, it was all very busy. I did really enjoy the game though. It was absolutely fantastic for viewing, and like to bring the drama and the tension and everything you want in the Ashes. Like, it was a low scoring game, but low scoring thriller. Yeah, also caught up with Tina Goff, who plays for Germany, but I've also played in the Content Creators Cup with her, and she's a fantastic person, so it was nice to see her. And yeah, just kind of soak up the atmosphere. And then after the game and after I'd filed my piece, I went and got drinks and dinner with Raf Nicholson and Sid Egan of the Cricket Her Weekly. If you don't follow their YouTube, they've got more subscribers than me, so they're the real YouTubers and loyal watchers of the videos. So definitely check out them, and also great cricket analysis. So that was really good. And then I've just walked back now. So yeah, a long day, a little bit stressful, but I feel like I learn a lot about like not journalism, but just like how everything works. And yeah, I haven't covered a game where it's constantly flipped so much. Like, I have been at games doing commentary, but that's so different when you do commentary, because commentary essentially is like a conversation, and part of it is that the game changes and you discuss that. But in a match report, you kind of just put like the final, like how it played out, rather than every single ebb and flow, which you can do with commentary. So that was a little bit different, bit of a learning curve, but no, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, there was a small crowd. I mean, it looked relatively full because it's at Junction Oval, it's a small ground, they've got a couple of stands and then a grassy bank. But I mean, I also get it was a Tuesday, but it does make me a bit worried for the MCG, because if 2,000 people turned up to the MCG for one of the days, it would look like no one's turned up because of how big that stadium is. So yeah, that's a bit concerning, but we've still got a bit of time. My only worry now is that Australia are 4-0 up. Now, if Australia want to retain the Ashes, they just need 4 more points. So yeah, not ideal. Obviously Australia will want to outright win it. They won't want another draw again. But hopefully England are fired up, because they were so close today. It was in reaching distance, and if a couple of that top order had stayed in for a tiny bit longer, it would have been absolutely fine. So yeah, it's a shame, but it is what it is, and hopefully Hobart will be where England get points on the board. I'm going to wrap it up for today. Tomorrow is going to be a bit more of a boring day compared to some of the other days I've had. I need to go do loads of laundry, so I'm going to do that, and I think I need to do some collecting and dropping stuff off for someone. And yeah, but I have bought a ticket though, like a night pass to the Australian Open. It is supposed to rain tomorrow, but I think some of the venues have like a roof on it. So even if it's raining, the tennis can go ahead. So hopefully I will be able to go to that. I'm not actually sure who will be playing in those matches. And obviously you're not like guaranteed entry, but hopefully it'll be okay. And yeah, because I wanted to see another sporting event whilst I'm here, and I enjoy watching tennis. And I mean, I don't know tons about it, but I know a couple of the players. There were a couple of Brits still in. So yeah, we'll see. But it's going to be a chiller day tomorrow, because I feel like the last couple of days have been very busy.